This conference will now be recorded.
So all of you are working professionals or any just feared trainees just finished the training? I could see 14 attendees. Everyone are working. Okay. Few are working. Okay. Okay. So a few of trained freshers and few are trained working, and it is like what is the main motto of this course. Few of your I could see that few are replying like working, few are just finished their training and few just are going through their academics. Okay, so then in this case at least everyone know about PD concepts, right? So what is PD, what are all the inputs, what are all the steps involved in the physical design, what is STA. So if you know these concepts, then only you can attend these sessions. Okay, few might be already working in STA domain, few might be already working in physical design and not able to crack some product level interviews or some any service companies. So this course will help you guys to understand what we are going to do, every step, and what are all the interview based questions you are going to get. One thing, we have few questions for every step. Suppose like for floor plan we have some plenty of questions. For power plan we have mostly power plan, we won't get that much questions, but still we have a few questions regarding the power plan, then placement, CTS. Every stage we are going to get the we are going to get the few questions, right, based on the interview panel. It may be in the product level or it may be in the service level. So the same way, why we are here now is we are going to discuss what are all the questions we have with us. So questions and answer, as well as few of you may have a questions which you don't have the answer for the same, that you can ask us. We will discuss on the same. So the entire session will be dependent on the what questions we are going to discuss with you guys, and a question and answer, as well as if you guys have any doubts you guys can ask us. Okay, that is the goal of the session. And every suppose there is a some methodology is there. For fresher level we have a some level. For experienced we have a interview. So for fresher, mostly what we are going to get the interview. So the first round will be always a written, right? It depends on the company, but most of the time it will be a written. So what they ask in the written, they will ask basic electronics, they'll ask the CMOS concepts, CMOS, FinFET concepts they'll ask. Then they will ask the aptitude. Aptitude questions will come few only, or suppose if a questions of 20 are there, we are going to get some 2 3 of aptitude. Then for which domain you are applying, are you applying for the or physical design or any synthesis and STA. So based on that, we are going to get the questions. It's like a most generally most of the time we are going to have in the form of a aptitude format. Okay, it's like sorry optional format. You have to you are going to get a four options, one for each question, and we have to answer for that. So the second round will be your technical. So in the technical, they will ask you the technical questions, as well as they will test your communication as well. Okay, sometimes directly the HR round will be there, or the one more technical, the second round of technical will be there. Then final will be the HR round. Okay, in HR round also they will test your analytical skills, communication, everything. Okay, so like that, when we are going to have the interview, right? We are going to get all these whatever the questions we want, we are going to get, and we have to prepare for the same. Similarly, when we are experienced, so what, when experienced in the sense, how many rounds will be there for experienced generally? If anyone might have attended experience level of interview, how many rounds? Any idea?
2 to 3.
2, 3. Okay. 2, 3, 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 as well, depends on the company. Suppose few companies, they will take a 4 rounds, 5 rounds, depend. It's like mostly minimum is the 3 round. The complete 3 round is a technical, as well as few they will just take you as a one screening round, then again 3 technical or 4 technical. So, and how few people will do like nowadays how the trend is, suppose you have applied for some position for 3 year 4 year and all, they will take your interview in one day itself and they will finish back to back. They will take your 3 rounds or a 4 rounds and they will end before and all. One round after 1 week, second round and all happened. But in few companies now, one day morning 10 o'clock till evening 5 o'clock, your all rounds will be get over. Next will be your HR based on your interview performance. So that is also happening. Okay, it depends on every company, the rules and all. Okay, the minimum rounds will be there for is the 3 rounds. 3 rounds, and most of them are the technical. In that technical, as well as what are all the aspects they will focus, they will focus the PD, they will focus the STA, they will focus the tickle as well sometimes. For freshers, it is optional. Okay, sometimes they will ask the tickle and sometimes they may not. But for uh, experience, definitely they will ask the tickle or a shell or a pearl. You guys can tell which language you know. You can tell that I know tickle, I know pearl, or I know python. If you tell, based on that they will ask. But almost 90% will prefer, they will say that we know the tickle language. So based on that, you are going to get the questions. Okay, based on the scripting. Then in one or two questions they may ask you the CMOS. Okay, one or two, few companies they may ask you the aptitude. It's just like a formality. They will ask you the aptitude, CMOS and all. That is like some 5% among the 100 questions. Okay, around 5. But remaining 90 to 95%, sometimes 100%, is completely a technical round. As well as in this, sometimes what happens, if candidate is not answered all the questions, but still they are going to select him, on what basis is that they'll ask you some questions, suppose, and they will give you the hint as well. Okay, suppose they asked you one question and they started asking, giving you the hint. Okay, if you don't know the answer, but still they will give you the hint. If you catch that hint and if you answer, then also there may be a chance. Suppose they asked you 10 questions. Among 10 questions, if you guys answered 5 questions also, they will select you. Okay, among 10 questions, if you answered 5 questions also, they will select you. On what basis they will select you is, they will give you the hint. Okay, among the hint, if you answered 5 questions also, they will say, okay, the guide, they don't know anything, but they are capable of analyzing the things and they will hire you. Okay, so always remember, in any PD, any of the answer will be dependent on PPA only, power, performance, area only. All are interrelated. Sometimes timing is affected, sometimes power is degrading, sometimes power is better, timing is affected. If both are balanced means that is our the design for the tape out. Correct. The same way, when we are going to apply for the each rounds, right? So each, when we are answering during the each round, you should think. Okay, so okay, they are asking me the floor plan question. Floor plan means mostly related to the area. Placement mostly related to area, congestion, timing, then power. Like this, every stage is related to some concept. Sometimes area it's dependent, sometimes it's dependent on the power, sometimes it's dependent on the speed of the device. It's a timing, everything are interrelated. So any questions if you see, all are related to this only. So sometimes what type of questions they are going to ask is real time, what they have faced. Suppose I am fixing some congestion in my design. I am trying some different methodologies. Then I will ask you during the interview. I have a congestion at particular region. What are all the methods you are going to apply? Sometimes their doubt they will ask us. Okay. So if we answer them, then they will think, okay, this person is good for our team, so that he or she can able to analyze that thing. If they come and join our team, they will help us. So in that way, some, if you didn't answer anything also, they will hire us. Okay, why means because of this reason, the whatever the reality they are going to face, they will ask. And sometimes the direct questions will they will ask direct questions. What are all the inputs, what are all the inputs required to perform the PD, what are all the sanity checks you are going to perform, like that. They will ask you some direct questions. Based on that question, they will ask. In sometimes what happens, they will start with one question. Based on your answer, they will go with the related question. It is like they will ask you, okay, how you will fix the congestion. You are going to say, suppose you have applied the cell padding. So then they will ask, oh, cell padding didn't affect any timing. Then you will say some magnet placement you have done. So what congestion you didn't face any during the magnet placement. So link questions they will ask. So you should, before answering anything, we should think and answer, because I know we are not going to have much time, but still, when we are able to answer like that type of questions is when we know the concept in depth, and when we are started thinking of every stage before attending the interview, when we are preparing, right? During that preparation itself, we should prepare in such a way that what is the question we may going to get, and what ways we can answer, and based on our answer, what may be the questions we are going to get again. This is what we have to learn when we are learning the when we are preparing for the interviews. Okay, so you guys should be start preparing in that way, as well as we have some plenty of interview questions we are going to discuss on the same. And you, if you guys have the questions, you can ask. Okay, this is what so the main motto of our course is, I'm going to give you some tips for mostly the experienced. I'm going to give most of the tips for the experienced, but the freshers can also follow the same. That will help you in double way. If a fresher you have attended interview, and you have going to answer in the experienced level, means they will definitely hire you, right? Because till that 2024, openings were huge. We don't know how it will be in 2015, 25 and 26, right? So that's why I'm telling, just prepare everything and try to answer your interviews. Okay. So one more thing I just wanted to tell you. So you guys started, suppose you guys started preparing for the interview. Okay. You guys started preparing, and how you are preparing for every stage, how you guys are preparing? Can anyone tell me? How you guys are preparing? Like making your own notes, searching in website, or checking with your friends, or how you guys are preparing? Searching websites. Answer from Raju. Others? Making notes by websites. Yes, good. Good, Gayatri. Next. So, guys, it should be an interactive session, okay? So, since today is our demo session, I just want everyone should I just wanted to know every one of you, so that then only next time onwards we can interact easily. Correct? So, okay, self my website, self material. Next. Only few, 4 5 people answered. Remaining guys, any one of you attended my theory session in this batch before, past 1 year back, 2 year back?
No, this is my
No.
first session.
No, like I took a theory session as well at VLSI Guru, right? For that time. Okay. Okay, good. I could see some names similar. That's why. Okay. So you guys started making your own notes, websites, with friends, discussion with friends. Okay, these are all the ways we can prepare during the interview. Okay, sometimes your friends may not share the questions, right? What they got in the interview. Okay, I'm just so it's like, every company, every team. It's like, suppose one person applied for the Samsung, he got some question, and this another person applied for the same Samsung, but he got a different question. That doesn't mean that Samsung is differentiating the people. It is dependent on which team you are applying. Every team is a having going to have some members, right? So each team is going to have it's like their own concepts, what they are going to work. Based on that, they are going to ask you. Suppose if you are applied for the SOC level in the sense, any team which is working on a block level, they will ask you, depends on the block level type of questions. Okay, suppose if you have applied for the IP level means who are kind of a macro designers, they will ask you what are all the complexity they are going to see. Suppose if it is in SOC level, they will ask you regarding the congestion, timing, area, STA. I like that, whatever the kind. IP level means, so no congestion. Mostly the IP level we are not going to see that much congestion, or a less congestion, I could say. They won't ask you that much less congestion. They will just ask you, you have a know the concept of congestion or not. But mostly they will ask you based on that type. It's everything depends on which team you are applying. Are you applying for the SOC level? It is means who will design a blocks, who will design the uh, what SOC blocks and test chips, like that. They will ask you some different questions. What based on that? If it is a IP level and all, they will ask you, because IP level means macro is small or block is small. Which one is small? Macro is small or block is small? Yes, guys. Which one is small? Area wise, I'm talking. Oh,
Macro.
okay. So some we can't say, or sometimes there may be a chance that the block can also be a small, because macro can be of a size of uh, 5 lakh, 1 lakh, 50,000, 1 lakh. But blocks also sometimes when SOC they divide into the partitions, right? This is a SOC. It's like a complete one SOC. So SOC, everyone aware of that, right? So when we consider the SOC, they will divide into some blocks, right? So some blocks will be of rectangle, some blocks will be rectilinear and all. So there may be a chance. Suppose this small block is there, right? It may be of 50K cells only. It may be a small partition. So based on the partition, they might have divided it. Okay, this partition may be going to have some. Consider this partition may going to have a 1 million cells. Okay, that's there is a small macro in the whatever the each going to have, right? There may be a chance each macro is going to have the, suppose consider 1 lakh of cells. If it is SRAM, it is 1 lakh. If it is, depends on the what we are going to have. Okay, it's considered it is of 1 lakh of cells are there, standard cells I'm talking about. 1 lakh of standard cells are there. But mostly SOC is going to have the more cells. That sometimes that is because the entire SOC is going to have a, consider some 20 million, 30 million of uh, depends on the project. Yeah, is it a smart device? What we are doing, it's going to have. But blocks may vary. The count of the logic cells present in the blocks may vary. Okay. Now my question is, so we are going to see the IP, we are going to see the blocks. It depends on the uh, design, depends on the performance. Suppose if we consider any kind of IP, DDRs, DRAMs, PSP, PCI, like the SRAM, some macros are going to have a more logic inside that. Okay, that everything depends on the design. Now my question is, if the standard cell count increases, suppose if the standard cell count is 1 million, 2 million, and a standard cell count is 50K, 1 lakh cells are there. Which one is more complex? If it is,
The one with the larger standard cells.
okay, any other answers? So we have a block of 1 million block, and we have a block of 50K cells. So which one might be the complex? Experienced guys, anyone can try. Pratik is MTech, right? Pratik, you are doing. So you have answered as
Yes, ma'am.
it's a count of more. What about others? Depends on area. So area we have. Okay, we assume we have enough area. Okay, because when 1 million cells we are going to place means this is one of the concept we can say. Depends on the area. Next, any other concepts? So depends on the what kind of logic cells are going to come in the design. That also matters. Okay, suppose the complexity of the block, it is in exactly the term we can say is based on the utilization. Okay, sometimes, and based on the congestion, based on the what type of logics are present in that block. See, suppose this block, if you see, it is at the top right corner, right? Top left corner. So what is it? It is going to communicate with remaining blocks, right? So based on that communication, as well as this is at bottom right side, depends on this utilization, depends on the logic cells present in this, depends on the uh, placement of every macros and all, everything, the count of mostly the logic cells and utilization. Based on that we can say that the design is complex or not. That is what the experienced level. Okay, that is what the answer we are going to get during the interview. They expect from the experience level. So see, Pratik said he will blindly believe that, oh, 1 million of cells are there means it is a complex. Correct. He is absolutely right. Based on what concept? Because he never worked on the real time designs. Correct, Pratik? You never worked, you never designed anything. You are just selling, okay, count is more, issues are more. This is one probability.
Ma'am, I did a layout project for a 4-bit ripple carrier, totally like from scratch. So from
Okay,
there I got that intuition.
okay. But it's in when you start. Have you worked any real time projects? It's like a
As of now,
it's a
as of
M-Tech
now I haven't,
level,
ma'am.
right? That is what I'm
Yeah,
telling.
ma'am.
It's a M-Tech level, and definitely there may be a chance that we can't say which one is more complex. That is what I'm telling. There may be a chance of 1 million also more complex, right? There may be a chance of 50K also more complex. So when you are a experienced level, when you answer, we will say that we will not say exactly that 1 million only concept complex. We will say that there may be a chance 50K is a more complex or 1 million is more concept, and we should justify our answer with our what is the utilization, what are all the kind of standard cells present. If it is registers are more present in that, is it a timing critical block where the ports are present in that SOC for the blocks, it everything matters. Okay, it's like many points are there. So that type of concepts we are going to discuss in our course, entire course. Okay, I have a one more questions to ask you guys. It's like few, it's like I'm just going to give you the glimpse of what we are going to discuss. Okay, after CTS, so everyone know about aware of CTS, right? It's like a routing we are going to do for the clock paths. Correct. Now my question is, you, I guess if you know the CTS means you know the concept of skew and latency. Everyone aware of skew and latency. Consider one scenario. We have a scenario that skew is 50 ps, latency is consider 1 ns. Another scenario we have skew is some consider some 200 ps, latency is consider some 400 ps is there. So for the both the cases we have built our uh, CTS. We have a built CTS for the above case and built CTS for the above case, and timing is met. We are not seeing any timing for the above case, which when we are in during the clock spec file we are going to give some details, right? So in that details, based on the skew and latency, we have built it. We are not seeing any violation. Same case, In the case of second one, we have built a CTS for the skew and the latency, and we are not seeing any timing violations, and we got a best result. Okay, now which one I'm going to consider as my golden design, and I'm going to proceed for the routing. So which one we have to choose? Either a first one or second one. Consider consider this is some test chip. It is not having any uh, blocks or a sub blocks. Nothing is there. So which one we have to take and proceed further for routing, then routing and further sign of stages and finish the block. Yes, guys.
Second one.
Okay. Bye. Why second one?
Ma'am, the answer is like we have to make compromise between those, like which one will give the optimum results. Based on that, we'll choose.
That only I'm telling. Na timing we got best only.
Hmm.
So we got CTS. What is your main target of CTS? Timing should be best, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we achieved that. Guys, start thinking. So this is what our design is, right? In the case one, skew is the difference between the two flops, right? One case 200 is there, another case 1 NS is there. And if you see the uh, latency, and which one we'll choose as our golden design, and we will proceed for the further. So in 1 NS of okay, let me give the hint. During 1 NS of latency, when from port reaching the flop, how much distance it is going to take? Because of that long distance, are we going to see any issues? The
No,
time
ma'am.
taken reaches the 1 NS, right? Because of that distance, more distance is there, right? Are we going to see any issues?
We'll get max transition issues like DRVs.
So timing is completely met, na? Setup, hold, DRV, everything is clean in both cases. Distance is more, though our timing is met. How we met? Okay, let me tell you. How we met? We have added some plenty of buffers in this part. So our DRV and all is transition is improved. Then
More number of buffers, more area, more power.
Yes, who answered this? Hello?
Yeah, this is funny.
Yeah, okay. So if we see in both the cases, our timing is met. That's why I told you the before the point, right? If you see when they are asking you the technical level, if your timing is good, remaining two concepts is what? Power and area. So if our timing is met in both the cases, there is no timing violation. But still, to fix this timing violation, tool is going to add more buffers, more inverters in that timing paths, right? So in that case, we have to see the count of buffers inverters added. Because of the count of buffers inverter added, our power area is affected or not. Is our power and area is affected or not? Okay, so for both the results, our timing is better. Our CTS is built, timing is very much good. We are not going to see any issues with respect to the timing. Next, we have to see how is the power. Does the design is having any power related issues or not? If our power and area is also, definitely any one of the design is going to have the less power and less area, right, compared to the one. So definitely in this case also, you you should not directly say that, okay, I'm going to go with the first case or I'm going to go with the second case. We have to say that if how many count of buffers and inverters got added, because what may be buffers, if more count of buffers and inverters got added, we are going to see the power issues, we are going to see the area issues, we may going to see the congestion because of more logics, routing congestion we may going to see, then we are tracks may not be available, we may going to see the cell density, pin density type of issues. So we have to see the area issues in the sense that is congestion only, right? Cell density, pin density and routing related congestion, as well as power. What is the dynamic power, what is the switching power, leakage power, we switch, because after CTS we are going to see the dynamic power, what is the switching of the devices affected because of that, because of adding more logics in the design, as well as how is the leakage power because more logics we are going to add, right? So how it is we are going to see. Okay, so that is what these type of questions they are going to ask you in the interview. We should be in a position to answer. Okay, one more I wanted to take related to the timing. So you guys know about crosstalk, right? What is crosstalk? What is crosstalk? Can anyone tell?
When there is a transition in a wire due to which there is effect on the nearby wires, and due to capacitive coupling, this effect is known as crosstalk.
Correct. So because of that, we are going to see the crosstalk, right? So during crosstalk, we are going to see one net as an aggressor, another net as a victim. Okay. Assume that we are seeing crosstalk violation for one net. We are seeing crosstalk for the one net. Okay. So what may be the reason for that? And remember one more thing, for sometimes for experienced and sometimes for the freshers. Always it is very very important you guys to remember, they don't want your theory answers, they just wanted to know why and what is the reason for the same, why that issue is coming and what is the reason for the same. You guys, when you start preparing, right, any concept, okay, why we are doing this and what is the reason for that, if you get any violation, what is the reason for that, okay, always this is what they're expecting. They know that what is PD means, you will say considering the net list convert into the GD. They don't want that, they just wanted always why and why that issue came. Sometimes they know that you know the answer how to fix the issues. Okay, few questions we are going to get a direct, few questions we are going to, they don't want an answer from us, they just wanted to test us why this issue is coming, any particular reason for that issue and how can we resolve that. Okay, resolve, if you answer or not, they will it's a up to them or you, because you know, my definitely you guys know the answer, but they just wanted to know why that issue came into picture. Okay, now we are seeing a crosstalk for the one net, what is the reason and how to fix it. So what may be the reason we are going to see the crosstalk? It's a one
Because
victim
of
net.
switching.
Yeah, one victim net is affected. Okay, so what you are saying, because of switching of aggressor, because of switching of aggressor, in the sense, what is the aggressor strength, it's like on what basis aggressor is going to affect. Switching of aggressor, then what may be the reason, any other reasons why we get the crosstalk?
Two long nets are running parallelly.
Yes, long nets, victim is long net. Okay, if aggressor, though the aggressor net is long, there may be a chance that victim net doesn't have any buffer in that, any breakage is not there in that net. Okay, long net, because of the long net. Any other reasons? So one thing, tell me, uh, crosstalk comes for the same net or different net? Same metal layer or different metal layer? To, as you said, Jyoti, two long parallel nets are running each other, because of that, because of the switching activity, one net get affected. So both the nets are same metal layer or different metal layer?
Same.
Same, right? Okay. Any other reasons? What are all the reasons for getting crosstalk? So assume that there is a one net which is having a crosstalk. It is reported that there is a crosstalk violation for this net. There is no nearby net is available. Okay, there is no nearby net is available, but still we are going to see the crosstalk for that net. So what is the reason for that? There is, so generally we know that there is a two parallel nets, net, two net should be there. Since we are not seeing any neighboring net, but still we are seeing a crosstalk for that net? This is one of the interview question asked during the one of the top product based company. Okay, so you are seeing a crosstalk. We will sell that. We will tell that we can upsize this metal layer. We can add the buffer to fix the crosstalk. Correct. What are all the fixes for the crosstalk? We can upsize the net. We can do the uh, adding of buffer for this net. If you just break this net, if you just add one buffer to this net, crosstalk will go. Or if you just route for the upper layer, consider if it is violation is coming for the metal 5. If we route it for metal 6 and metal 7, crosstalk will go. Okay, that is a solution for that. But one single net is there, but we are seeing a crosstalk. Neighboring, there is no net. So what may be the reason for that? So this is the question why they have asked is they have seen in their real time. Okay, in any one of the project they have seen and they asked one candidate. Okay. So everyone understand the question, right? There is no parallel net present, but still we are seeing a one crosstalk, and we are not able to find it. What is the reason for that? So can you help in that same way, like that one interview asked a person? So question is clear for everyone, right? No doubt in the question or any doubt in the question itself? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Question is
Everyone
clear. So there are no nearby nets, you said, on the same layer, right?
Yes.
And there's still crosstalk.
Yes.
Is it coming from adjacent metal layers?
Adjacent in the sense?
Like then on whatever metal layer it is and adjacent to it.
Suppose you see, we are seeing for metal 5. Okay. Metal 5 is the crosstalk we are seeing. So then, so what you are trying to tell? Adjacent in the sense.
I'm still thinking.
You are close to the answer. Any others? Based on his int, anyone wants to try?
For example, M5 is horizontal, M6 is vertical, and M7 is again horizontal. Maybe there is a crosstalk from M5 to M7.
So why there may be a chance of having crosstalk between M5 to M7? So that definitely this is the answer. Okay. You have
Voltage
any idea
fluctuations,
on that?
ma'am.
Yes.
Voltage fluctuations on the different layers.
Yes, that is correct. Any other word? One technical word is there. You guys aware of that?
Resistor.
Definitely not register. See, if we are talking about crosstalk means capacitance, right? Definitely a concept of capacitance only should come. What
Oh,
type
this
of
coupling capacitance.
coupling capacitance? If it is in same layer, if it is
Yeah,
in
correct, correct.
different layer,
Uh,
if it is in different layer. So you guys heard the concept. I don't know, if you not heard, please Google it. There is a concept called fringe capacitance. Okay, fringe capacitance, the capacitance which occurs, formation of capacitance may occur due to the because of different metal layer. Okay, just immediate alternate metal layer. Okay, so if now everyone got the answer for this. Okay, so when we see the crosstalk for one net, which we are not seeing any neighboring net, means there may be a chance crosstalk may occur for the two. This is a rare case. Okay, one more thing is, this is a rare case. Crosstalk occur for the same metal layer. This is because of the coupling capacitance. Coupling cap. If crosstalk occur due to different metal layer, let's call it as a fringe capacitance. Anyone heard this terminology first time, fringe capacitance? There may be a chance of lateral cap. I'm not sure about the word called stray capacitance, lateral capacitance. Okay, I'm not aware of that. If it might be a correct as well. Okay, Sandeep and Shaka answered right. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so what I know is, there is a chance of fringe capacitance may form between the metal 5 and metal 7. And what are all the fixers for this? Definitely we have to upsize the metal or add the buffer if it is too long. Okay, these, why I'm just taking these type of questions. These type of questions they are going to ask in the interview. If they didn't ask, you are definitely a lucky. If they ask, we definitely know the answer. You can just see, instead of telling the terminology of, see, Mayu tried, Faninda tried, you can just say there may be a chance of getting for alternate metal layer also enough. Okay, you guys have to try answer, because I started giving the hint, right? In any interview, they will give us some hint. They will give us a question, some 2-3 questions, like this type of tricky questions. So we should be in a position to answer. So everyone clear about that? Okay, I will ask you one more question. So we are doing some floor plan. Okay, we have some 100 macros in the design. Some 100 macros in the design, and we are going to have some 24 or large size macros. Assume some 24 or small size. Remaining is how much? 52, right? 52 macros are like medium. And assume some group of families are there for the macros. Okay, some few macros are belonging to suppose large, medium, small, all are some mixed of the macros, but as per the pin count and size, 52 are suppose, so assume that there is a macros of large size macros, in the sense it is having, assume some 600 pins are there. Small size macros means assume it is having some 200 pins are there. Medium means assume that 400. It's a combination of some, assume that some 10 family of macros. Total we have 100 macros in our design. How we are going to place the macros? So that we know that floor plan is the importance, one of the important step in the physical design. How good your floor plan, we are not going to see much issues in the further stages. Correct. So how we are going to place all these macros? So first thing, what is the basic rule we are going to follow while placing the macros?
Should place at the core boundaries, and then
Yes,
we have to use the DFAs.
yes. So the first point is, we should say, place the macros. Place the macros near the core boundary. Near the core boundary, right? So then they will ask you, why you want to place the macros near the core boundary? Why we have to place them near the core itself? Why can't we place at center? Why we have to place at core only? Why can't at center?
Because ports are placed near the corners, right?
Okay. Any other answers? Because of the port
Macros
communication? Hmm.
macros having the route blockages in it. If you
Hmm.
place in the middle, it blockages the routing.
Yes, perfect. So mainly because of the RC interconnect, mainly to avoid the routing issues. So because if you see the macro, eh, till what layer we can start, macro is there, one pin of the macro is there. From which layer routing is start for the pin of the macro? Because internally we are not going to see, right, for the macro. From which layer we are going to start it? Anyone saw that? We are going to have a macro. Assume that we placed at center, and from which layer pins are going to start for the macro. Assume that
From
assume that M3, M4, right? Consider horizontal is E1, M4. From M4 it is starting. If a pin of a macro routing is starting from M4 means till M3 macro is not allowed to route. If we placed at center, then M3 should route. M3 will start routing here. M3, it can't cross the macro. Again it will take one M4. Again it will come M3. So instead of this direct straight line, it is going to take this diversion. So how much detour happened here in this case? Like this, if we place plenty of macros, we are going to face the issues of routing issues, right? So mainly the macro we are going to place near the core boundaries because of to avoid the routing issues. Okay. Next, to avoid the routing issues, we have placed the macro. Next, first thing is we started placing near the routing. So before that, so sorry, this is the second point actually. What is the first point? We definitely start placing them near the core boundary. But first, what we have to do when we start placing these 100 macros? See, this is a simple question. They will definitely ask many times in the interview. Probably they will ask you, how you do your floor plan, how you place your macros. Okay, so they will ask you some scenarios. 150 macros are there. So in a recent project I have done last year, not last year, but in this 2024 only. One of the block had 500 macros. So and we have to place all the 500 macros in the core region. Okay, so it depends. So that's why if you are applied any team for the SOC or a block level, they will definitely ask this question, how you do floor plan, or they will ask you some count of macros, how you do and all. So first is what? Core we place definitely. What is the first point?
Place the larger macros together.
No.
Communicating hierarchies, divided into hierarchies.
Yes. Good. So first, separate the hierarchy of macros. Separate the hierarchy of macros. Hierarchy of macros in the sense, see, I have told you we have a large size macro, small size, medium size. And how many hierarchies I told? If you remember, I told 10 hierarchies are there. So we should separate them. How can we separate them? By giving coloring. Each family of macros. Each family may include a large macro, medium macro, small macro. Each family, when we separate it, it is going to get a color. Then we are going to start placing the each same family of macros near the core boundary. Next point. Next, what we do? So we got a separated a macros and we started placing the same family of macros near the core boundary. Next. Give proper channel between the macros. So while giving the proper channel in the sense spacing between the macros. So first thing is spacing between macros and no space between macros, that is abutting. So should we need to abute the macro or should we need to give the spacing between the macros? Everything depends on the pin sides of the macro. Does macro is having pins all the four sides, or only left and right side, or only top and bottom side? Should we need to give the space between the macros or not, or can we abute or not? So we have to do some experiments on that. Only one floor plan, we can't say that it's a good floor plan. We will do many floor plans by giving the channel spacing between the macros. So it's like sometimes we give the more space and we do placement, we'll come up with again floor plan. We'll do abute the macros, we'll give minimum spacing and we'll do the macros. Some 10-20 floor plan we will do in the real time, sometimes more than that. 30-40 floor plans we do and we come up with the final floor plan. Once we come up with the final floor plan, in the sense floor plan is freezed, we are not going to see any kind of issues, okay, with respect to the floor plan for the further stages. So we have to do many experiments on the floor plan by giving the channel spacing. Now the question comes, they know that you are going to do some spacing between the macros, and how to decide? They will definitely ask you, have you decided spacing between the macros? And for large macros, how much you have given the space? For small macros, how much? Or how you decided? How can we say that this much spacing I have given between the macros? So what is the motto we are going to follow while giving the spacing between macros? Yes, freshers, what you have learned? As a fresher, what you have learned?
There are like some technology constraints that some minimum spacing should be there.
Yes, that is technology. Let us go with what you said is perfect answer, right? So which technology you have worked recently, Pratik?
180 nanometer.
Okay. So what you said is perfect. But some few freshers are there, they don't know. So what they will answer? Let us go with, we have a many methodologies, okay? Which one we will choose at final, I will tell. Okay. So what is the first method we will follow? We have to start placing the macros means. We have one formula, right? What is that? Number of pins into pitch divided by available routing layer whole divided by 2. Is that true? The first method is, we have a one formula, number of pins into pitch divided by available layers whole by 2. This is correct. What is pitch?
Distance between the macros.
Between the two metal layers.
What is pitch?
Like ma'am, from we basically check between that what she told, like same only, but I guess we take from the middle of that wire to the other wire.
Yes,
Some
perfect.
kind of that.
So distance between the two same metal layers from center to center. Sometimes what happens, they will ask you the terminology as well. So you will say, they will behave like they don't know anything about what you are saying. You may think that, why they don't know this terminology or what? No, never underestimate any interviewer. They are just going to test you. To test you, they may ask you any small terminologies as well. So you guys should know what is pitch, number of pins into pitch divided by available routing layer. Correct. Whole divided by 2. You will say. Then they will ask you, why whole divided by 2 is there?
Because of
Better say.
vertical and horizontal layers.
Yes. So we are going to have a metal layers in both the direction, horizontal and vertical. Okay. So why we have metal layers in both direction? Why can't we have only in single direction? Why we have few metal layers in horizontal and few metal layers in vertical? Why can't we have only single rows, like every metal? Why can't we have like horizontal only?
That will again give crosstalk, no?
Assume for crosstalk we have taken care, assume, by doing shielding and all. Then see, these and all you can say, uh, like but major one of the concept is there, okay? That is called packaging. If metal layers, if it is in horizontal, vertical or a horizontal, the height will increase, right? So we are going to see the packaging issues. Okay. So when size of the chip is going to increase, for that reason we are going to go for the every layer. So we have multiple answers for that. That major reason is the packaging. So that's why we go for the alternate layers. Okay. So now next is distance between the layers and pitch. Any other methodologies we can do? Any methods we can do? So distance between the macros, if we give, so we should allow width of one large buffer plus 2 power strap width plus 2 end cap width. So if we give the channel, if we are going to decide the more channel between the macros means, so is it allowed to place one large buffer so that our trans we are going to fix it? So to fix our transition violations, are we going to give the spacing or not? Then for the width, the power straps to VDD VSS is allowed to go in that region or not, we are going to see. Then two end cap width, left and right side end caps are going to see, right? This is also one method you can answer, but probably not in not that much in use. Okay, so then now next is what Pratik said is correct. So when you are in experience, it's dependent on technology constraints. So in what ways technology constraints in the sense? Suppose if you are working in a TSMC foundry, or if you are working in a Samsung foundry, if you are working in any foundry, they will give you the one table. They will give you the one guideline. What is that guideline is? SRAM to SRAM, how much you have to give the horizontal spacing and vertical spacing. Minimum, they will suppose horizontal, they will say that 0.624 into n. It's a multiplication of n. So how much n you want, you can increase. Minimum is the 0.624 you can give. N is an integer. Maximum you can give. For example, I am telling. For vertical, assume they have given that 1.07 plus 0.96 into n. So n can be anything. Okay, n here n can't be a 0, right? N can be a 1. Minimum n starts from 1. Anything you can give. Same way, SRAM to boundary. How much distance you have to give between the SRAM to SRAM, SRAM to boundary. Horizontal as well as vertical. Suppose when we start placing the macro, if a macro is there, how much distance we have to give between macro to macro horizontally, as well as how much distance we have to give between macro to macro vertically. This is a SRAM to SRAM or a horizontal word. Same way, SRAM to the core or a die boundary. They may give you with respect to the core or they may give you with respect to the die. That formula we have to see how much distance we have to give horizontally and how much distance we have to give vertically. As well as, suppose if you are working on a multi-voltage design, multi-voltage in the sense, you know, right? Different voltage areas you have created. Then what should be the distance between the macros present in the different voltage areas also we are going to get. Voltage, different voltage area to boundary, how much distance should be there within a same boundary or within a different also sometimes. So like this, we are going to get a formulas. Okay. Now, when you guys start doing, right, we are going to keep on change this value for the better design. Sometimes because we are going to get the congestion in the design, we are going to see the uh, near the macro congestion we are going to see. And if you keep on increase the more spacing, utilization also we should achieve. The area also we should take care. And based on that, based on the formula, table will be given for everyone. Using that, we will do plenty of floor plans and we will come up with one golden floor plan. So if anyone asks you how you do floor plan, means you have to start answering this. So then you have to answer using align and distribute. So align and distribute is a one concept is there. using align and distribute, you have to give the proper channel and all. So, and they will ask you to fix DRV and to fix IR issues. How you do the floor plan placement of macros to fix the IR issues as well as uh, to fix the this one DRVs. Have DRV in the sense, if we give more channel between the macros, in the sense buffers or inverters can come and sit. Okay, because ports, from ports to the communication will be, if macros are there in center, means suppose if a block is there, almost every region macros got occupied in this left side, you assume. Here also, like left is completely occupied with some macros we have placed. Here port is there. From port to till this distance, assume it is 400 micron is there. From port to the, here one cell is there. First cell it is connecting 400 micron. If this is the case, what type of violation we are going to see? Definitely we are going to see DRVs, right? Transition is definitely going to affect because of more distance. So that's why we have, if we give the channel buffering, for buffering, then tool will try to place the buffers in middle of this, one or two buffers, mostly two buffers required every, after every 120 or 150 micron. If we place the bucket, then transition violation we are not going to see. So based like this, we have to think and start placing the macros, as well as to fix the DRV and to fix the IR issues. So you heard the concept. How can we fix the leakage power? We will say that we will go give more space between the macros. Anytime you heard? One of the method to fix the power, give more space between the cells, spread the cells. Is it true? Okay. So if we
Yes,
see,
ma'am.
yeah, if we see any DRVs, if we see any power related issues, IR related issues in our design, means they will ask you. So on what basis you choose more spacing, less spacing, in the sense to fix that, give more spacing between macros, and make sure when we are meeting utilization or not. Are we meeting any utilization or not? Sometimes the minimum macro U rate should be 80%. Like that we will get some constraints. Okay, so total utilization, we can get the complete utilization of a standard cells, macros, every details. How can we get the complete details of every cells, macros and all details? What is the command used to get the utilization value in ICC2 and Innovus?
Report utilization.
Report utilization. Then this is with respect to ICC2, right? ICC2 or a fusion compiler. How about Innovus? Anyone working or worked on Innovus? Okay, so You guys should have a knowledge on cadence tools as well. Okay, most of the companies now are working in cadence. Okay, so you should have aware of the Innovus tools as well, Innovus commands as well. Check FP plan hyphen report util is the command, or we have a summary report command. It will give us a complete, I'm not sure about this command in the ICC2 summary report. If you give that, the complete details of every cells, we are going to get it. Okay, so please, you guys are mostly most for freshers they will ask you the commands. For experienced, they may ask, they may not ask. 90% they won't ask, but few people, that is what we can't guess it, right? So every stage, what are all the commands will come, right? Floor plan means there are fixed commands are there. Definitely those commands are used in floor plan. Similar way placement, similar way CTS, similar way routing. Like that, every stage we have some fixed commands. Okay, you guys prepare for that commands as well. When you start preparing for that, right, how you have to start prepare. Now the point is, I just gave some glimpse of some interview questions what we are going to discuss. Okay, just gave you the glimpse. Now how you guys have to start preparing. Suppose, okay, any who is fresher, other than Pratik, who
Me,
is
ma'am.
fresher? Okay, let me, Pratik, let me ask you only the question. If you search a terminology of floor plan in the Google, you will get some 20 websites. If you read all the website, are you going to get any confused in that?
Yes, ma'am.
With respect to the concepts?
No, ma'am.
Why? Why yes, why no?
I'm confused. What, like,
Suppose, let me
just
give you it. This question I'm going to ask others as well. Suppose you are going to start preparing for the interviews. Suppose now, today you are going to start preparing for the floor plan. I will ask you, if you will search in Google, what is floor plan in VLSI? You will see 20 websites in the floor plan. With respect to the floor plan, you can see the 20 websites. Are you going to go through all the 20 websites, or you are going to see one or two which is which you are going to see similar? Which one you choose?
one or two, ma'am.
Okay, so any experienced guy will try. Anindra, what you want to do? You want to go through all the websites, or one or two you will go through?
If I understand the concept, one or two is enough.
Okay, any others? Anyone tried almost all the 20?
Some website shows the blots which written by the persons who are experienced. Their
Okay.
terminology was different by the
Hmm.
websites.
Okay.
That may be also used for preparation.
So, okay, I don't know about others. Uh, what I will suggest everyone is go through all websites. For every terminology, search in the Google how much you get. Go through. It may be sound like a few may confuse. First of all, why you guys get confused? My question is, you know what is floor plan, right? So why you get confused? Go through all the websites. Each website you are going to get the some concepts. You are going to get some concepts in that. Some you are going to add some points in your concepts. Suppose floor plan you are reading. Each website, you may get one word, one line, one sentence, or one terminology. That itself enough to improve your knowledge. Or sometimes you may see some commands. Understand? Why can't you guys try in that way? If really you guys are getting confused if you go through, then please don't go through. Otherwise, I will suggest you, if you are preparing for interview, go through every website. Take 3 days, one concept. Don't 3 days, one concept. Consider 3 days on floor plan only. The 3 days input files, 3 days sanity checks, including that. Once you finished it, make your own notes in that 3 days. Go through all the websites. What you understand, start writing it in a better way and start thinking it. Why this issue is coming? What is the answer for that? Why we are placing at macro set core only? Why we are placing end cap cells in that design? Why we are placing tab cells in that design? Why, if what happens if we don't place the end cap or tab cells? If you go through each concept 3 days, then definitely within a 1 month you can clear all the concepts with your good handwritten notes. Fine.
Ma'am, I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, you said that each website I should try. Each one
Yes.
should be tried, each website. But maybe it may be possible that each website has an authentic information or not. Maybe some confusing information or maybe some confusion will be developed.
No, that's what I'm telling. If you are finding that as confusion, so you have to think it what they have written to make you confused. Okay. So see, suppose they will say floor plan means place the macros only, right? What else they will write in that for
Okay.
confusion? None of them, I know that none of them do the reverse engineering. They will add you the
Okay.
extra point. Correct?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Additional
Try this.
information is
Yes.
additional information we are getting. You are telling me.
Yes, what I'm telling is you are going to get extra information. That extra information will definitely help you in clear the interview as well as while working. Both the case. First motto is what clear the interview. Correct. After when you enter into this, you are going to get a colleague, friends, leads. They all will support you. That time theory concept and all will vanish. Okay, but go through at least. Okay, what you said is correct. In few people cases, you may get confused. You may not. At least go through from 5 websites. At least that is possible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To make your
Yes, ma'am.
to prepare your own notes, you will
Okay,
go
ma'am.
through that. You will feel that it is not good. Then leave it that website. Go through next.
That's what I am saying. Okay, ma'am.
Huh.
Okay.
At least see, instead of one or two, at least go through some 5, 6. That we can do, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now I
Yes.
understand. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Just make a 3 days. Each concept. Prepare your own notes. Properly prepare the notes. Don't miss any one single point also. If you stuck in one point, until you get the answer for that point, don't go for the next point. Okay, you started preparing for the floor plan, you didn't get the answer for the floor plan, then what you will do? Okay, let me prepare first placement, I will come back to. Don't do that. Find a question, find a answer, find a reason, then go for the next stages. Okay, so this is what the suggestion I'm going to give you guys. It is up to you. Take every concept, take a tickle concept or take a anything. Just start preparing for each terminology, what is used in that and how to use that. Try some examples for that. Okay. Once you are preparing that, you can clear any of the interviews. Okay. And we have a plenty of questions for each stages. Okay, we will be start going to discuss from next week. Once all the students get enrolled, we are going to discuss each questions. You guys have any doubt regarding the today's demo session? Or if you want any inputs you want to give me or anything, it's definitely acceptable. Any doubts regarding this course?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
like today's session was very informative, but like I am having doubt, like being a fresher, like there were things like even I understood most of the things, but still there were some things like I felt like
లేదు
these things
వాళ్ళు
I
ఏం
should have
చెప్తున్నారు
known
అంటే
before doing this session, or
ఎలా
so like,
ఇంటర్వ్యూ
and plus my like internship drive will start from like January onwards. So there are so many things that that I have to learn. So should I be taking this course or should I be focusing on those areas also? Because I think now from few days my time limit will be very constrained. So I was having a doubt on that.
Okay. So you are in
Yeah.
the second year of
No,
MTech,
no,
or
ma'am. Just the first semester I have completed. Now from the second semester, internship drives will come.
yeah, that is what in second from
Yeah.
second sem you are going to start your internship, right? Our drives will
Yeah,
start, or
ma'am.
how? Are you already selected?
Like no, no, ma'am. Companies will start coming from January onwards.
Then this
Like end
course
of
will
Jan.
help
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah, yeah, it will help, ma'am. But still, there are things like, see, in case of freshers, like we have to study like computer architecture kind of things, like digital VLSI design. Like there are things that we have to study. Like,
Yes, yes,
बहुत
definitely
सारे
you have
चीजें
to
पढ़ने के.
study. You have there is a books for
Yeah,
that, right? Paknal and whatever the
yeah,
books
ma'am.
are there in it, you have to clear that.
Yeah, ma'am.
Because for the
Yeah, ma'am.
freshers, they will just not only focus on the PD, right? It is
Yeah,
a
ma'am.
course
They will
for
see
the people
everything. Yeah.
who want to clear their interview. We have a question
Okay, ma'am.
we are going to discuss so that they can go, if they go with their interview, they can clear it. But why I told other
Mm-hmm.
points, interview preparation, you guys start preparing yourself is only this some questions we are that itself is not enough, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
That's why I'm just telling you guys to prepare like that. Okay.
Okay.
But you just make your no whatever we discuss also you're going to write somewhere, right? It will
Yeah,
help
ma'am.
you
That
now
thing
or
only.
in
Yeah.
future. Correct?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. That's it. Yeah. Any other doubts? Okay, guys. From next week, we will start our course. Okay, we'll start from the scratch. Each stage we have a questions, and we are going to discuss the question and answer for the same.
Yeah, hi. May I know how many years experience are you, ma'am?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you
Okay.
next time. Huh.
Okay.
So you will
Uh,
be talking real-time examples as well, right? In
no,
the interview.
we have a questions from our institute. We have a questions based on the student experience. Okay, we are going to discuss as well as we are going to what are all the questions we few students are we are going to ask, right? That as well we are going to discuss.
Ma'am,
You guys can come up with your questions.
ma'am, ma'am, ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am,
please
I
tell.
have a question.
Hmm.
Ma'am, I have done MTech in 2022.
Okay.
I have completed with a gold medal, but I have done any placements. There is a gap in my career.
Yes. Yes.
So I should this course will be beneficial for me, or what should I do?
Okay. Let me ask you. Currently, you're working or not?
No, ma'am, I am not working. That what I am telling that the career gap is there.
Career gap is there. Are you a trained fresher?
Ma'am, no, I'm not. I have done BTech in 2008, ma'am. But
No,
there is a gap in 2008 to 2010. I have done something Vedanta inclusive, but not in that field, ma'am. This field is
okay,
different, no?
okay. Then, how you know the physical design concept?
Ma'am, in the MTech course I have done.
I don't think so. That much is enough.
Okay, ma'am.
What I will suggest is, uh, uh, please try to enroll for the 6 months of physical design course.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Because this is a course who already know the concept, because I told about the crosstalk, right? Many of them
Yes,
are
ma'am.
interacted like that. If I come up with some concept, that mtech knowledge itself is not enough. If as well as if you want a placement as well, right? So institute will help you, right? Even if you want to apply outside also, they will ask you, have you done any course or not? Try
Okay,
to
ma'am.
get
Okay,
any
ma'am.
internship or a course, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And one more doubt. So from next class onwards, is it like topic wise, like for
Yes,
plan?
yes, it's a topic wise. Since
Oh,
it's a demo, right? I just
yeah.
took some random questions. Next time onwards, we are going to start from topic wise, so that
Okay.
if you guys collect your questions. Suppose
Yeah.
if I'm discussing a input files, you guys
Huh.
can come with your input question that time.
Okay. Okay.
If we are
So
discussing a,
will you be
huh,
giving what all will be covered in the next class initially itself? Like,
I guess questions will be shared in the group.
oh,
If
okay.
not, WhatsApp group is not yet created, right?
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
it's create, they will share the questions in that group.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Understood. Thank
Ma'am,
Hmm.
yeah, like before next class starts, ma'am, like what are the things that I should see before coming joining the class as a fresher?
Uh, okay, come up with everyone prepare for the physical design inputs and sanity check floor plan.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, come
And
up
ma'am,
just
yeah, there's a lab manual of our college. Like we have both the Innovus and the Cadence at it, both of them. So like, I should give that a read before or like
yes,
because
yes,
I
you
haven't
can go
performed
through
it
that.
yet. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah, yeah.
you can go through
Okay,
that
ma'am.
as well. Okay, everyone have a glimpse of floor plan and input files, sanity checks. Okay, so that we'll discuss in the next session. That is our starting of the course. Any other doubts?
you. So how many hours it will be? Next class?
Mostly every class will be around 2 or more than 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay,
Time also same?
it's like you guys are okay with this time, 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Okay.
10 o'clock is fine, I think.
Huh. Or if my availability is not there, I may change the timings. Okay.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Hmm. Hardly it is 2 hours. I may extend also.
Okay, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And duration, I'm not sure. It may extend any time, right? Because once we start covering the concepts and all, it will finish. It may.
Huh.
I can't say. It can be a one
Oh,
month, 2 month, and all, right?
yeah.
How fast we finish each topic, that much we'll finish it. Okay. Course will start from next week. It is a course of physical design interview preparation. In that, we are going to come up with some questions and we are going to discuss. Okay, this is the course details. Okay, whatever the concepts and they have posted in the VLSI Guru website as well, right? What are all the topics are covered and all. Okay, because CMOS and all I'm not going to handle. Someone will take. That's why. So you guys can enroll the course from today itself. Okay, the already course has been started. Today is a intro session. From next week onwards, we will start our discussion. Okay, you guys, if once you guys enroll for the session, they will create a website, a WhatsApp group. They will add you in the some mail chain link. Some process are there, right? That will start. Okay.
So, for those who are attending online, right, if there is some internet connectivity issue or something like that, will there be any recordings available
Yes,
for the?
definitely. Every
Oh,
session we are recording. If
okay,
no, if you guys are, because since the weekend, right? If any one of you can't able to attend, you can take the recorded session.
okay, thank you.
This since today's session also recorded. It's like every session we record, so you guys can refer that as well. It will be shared.
Okay. Well, I'm not able to hear.
You guys will be shared the session every time, even though you have attended the session. If you want a recorded session again, you will get it.
Okay,
Okay.
understood. Thank you.
Yeah. Vandana, are you working currently?
Yeah, actually, I was working before, but now I took some maternity break. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Got
thank
it.
you.
Okay, guys. So, like almost I have taken the course for the uh, physical design. Uh, you physical design. Almost from 2019, I am associated with the VLSI group. I have taken the theory sessions. I have taken the some course related interview preparation, cadence, Innovus courses, like that. I have taken. This is the interview preparation. I think second session, we second time we have started. Last time we have started, that was also handled by me. This is the second time I have taken, and along with that I have taken already PD session, multiple PD sessions. Okay. And many of my students were worked with me as well, working with me also in the companies. Okay, I met them. They will say, I know you, you trained us, because that time I was coming to VLSI guru and all. Okay. So like that it happens. Okay, since it's industry is small, so you guys prepare well. Let us meet maybe one day in some companies. Okay. No, it's not a daily session. Okay, it's a weekend, only weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's just a interview preparation session, right? It's on only weekends, not weekdays. Okay. If any one of you are thinking that you have not done any course, you have no knowledge on physical design, please, this is not a correct platform. Just enroll for this course, prepare for the uh, take the training, then you try to attend the interviews. Okay. Before that, I don't think so it works. Just for based on interview preparation. Okay, guys, that's all from my side. Let us meet next week. So next week session link and all they will share with you guys, so you can join that once the group create. So if you have not yet enrolled, please enroll for the same. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you. Have a nice day. We'll meet
Thank
next
you.
week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.